Have you ever caught yourself hesitating before stepping off a curb, or gripping the stair rail just a little tighter than you used to? Maybe it's a creaky knee or a twinge in your hip that wasn't there a few years ago. It's nothing to be ashamed of. We all feel those changes as we age. But here's the good news. You have more power than you think to keep your body strong and steady, especially your bones. Our bones are like the foundation of a house, quietly holding everything up, doing their job in the background. And just like any good foundation, they need the right materials to stay strong. After 60, though, our bones start to lose some of their density. It's a natural part of aging, but that doesn't mean we're helpless. Far from it. One of the simplest, most effective ways to protect your bones is by choosing the right foods. Yes, what's on your plate can make all the difference when it comes to keeping your bones strong and guarding against osteoporosis, the silent condition that weakens bones over time and makes them more likely to break. And the best part? You don't need fancy supplements or expensive health trends. Just everyday foods you can find at your local grocery store. Today, we're going to talk about 10 of those incredible foods, each one backed by science and loved for generations. So, grab a cup of tea, get comfy, and let's start with the first one. Let's talk about dairy, but not in the old drink your milk kind of way. I know many of us grew up hearing that, and it's true that milk and other dairy products are rich in calcium. But as we get older, it's not just about calcium, it's about how well our bodies absorb it. And some dairy products, especially fermented ones like yogurt and cheese, have an extra advantage. Yogurt, particularly plain Greek yogurt, is packed not only with calcium but also with protein and probiotics that support digestion. Why is that important? Well, our gut plays a big role in how nutrients get absorbed. A healthier gut means your body gets more of that bone-loving calcium. And cheese, especially harder varieties like Parmesan, offers a concentrated dose of calcium in smaller portions. If you're lactose intolerant, don't worry. Many aged cheeses and yogurts are low in lactose, and there are lactose-free options too. The key is to find what your body likes and go with it. Now, let's move from dairy to something that might surprise you: leafy greens. Yes, those humble greens sitting quietly in the produce section are actually powerhouses for bone health. Think spinach, kale, collard greens, and bok choy. These veggies are loaded with calcium, magnesium, and vitamin K, three nutrients your bones crave. Vitamin K is especially important because it helps calcium bind to the bone. Without enough of it, calcium might not be doing the job you think it is. But here's the catch: not all leafy greens are equal when it comes to calcium absorption. Spinach, for example, has a lot of calcium, but it also contains something called oxalates that make it harder for your body to absorb that calcium. So while spinach is still great for you, mix it up with low oxalate options like kale or collards to really give your bones a boost. You don't have to eat salads all day either. Sauté some kale with garlic and olive oil for a warm, comforting side dish. Add bok choy to your stir fry. Or toss collard greens into a hearty soup. The idea is to enjoy them in ways that suit your taste, so it feels more like nourishment and less like a chore. And speaking of surprising foods, let's take a moment to talk about something small but mighty: sardines. Yes, I know what you might be thinking. Sardines? Really? But stay with me. These tiny fish are one of the richest sources of calcium you can find, especially when you eat them with the bones. And don't worry, those little bones are so soft you barely notice them, especially when mashed or mixed into dishes. What makes sardines such a standout is that they also offer vitamin D, which is crucial because your body can't absorb calcium without it. As we age, our ability to produce vitamin D from sunlight decreases, so getting it from food becomes even more important. Plus, sardines contain omega-3 fatty acids, which help reduce inflammation and may even support bone density over time. If you've never tried sardines or haven't in years, give them another shot. Try them on whole grain toast with a squeeze of lemon, or mix them into a pasta sauce with tomatoes and herbs. They're inexpensive, shelf-stable, and a nutritional goldmine. So far, we've looked at a few bone-friendly foods that might already be in your kitchen, or ones that are easy to add to your next shopping list. But there's still more to uncover when it comes to eating for stronger bones. The beauty of all this is that it's not about overhauling your life. It's about making small, tasty choices that support your body from the inside out. Now that we've touched on the benefits of yogurt, leafy greens, and sardines, let's keep this momentum going. Because there's another group of foods that often gets overlooked, even though it's been part of traditional diets around the world for centuries: nuts and seeds. Now, I know we tend to think of these as snacks or toppings, but they're actually little bundles of nutrition that can do wonders for your bones. Take almonds, for example. Just a handful gives you a good dose of magnesium and calcium, both essential for maintaining strong bones. Magnesium is especially important because it helps activate vitamin D, and without enough of it, calcium can't do its job properly. Then you've got walnuts, which are full of omega-3 fatty acids. These healthy fats don't just support your heart, they also help reduce inflammation that can weaken bones over time. And don't forget about seeds. Chia seeds, sesame seeds, and flax seeds are all fantastic choices. Sesame seeds in particular are rich in calcium, and they're so easy to sprinkle into your meals. You can add them to oatmeal, yogurt, or even stir them into a smoothie. It doesn't take much, just a spoonful here and there adds up over time. That's the beauty of these foods. They're small, but powerful. Now, let's talk about something a little more vibrant: orange fruits and vegetables. Think sweet potatoes, carrots, cantaloupe, and butternut squash. What do they all have in common? They're rich in beta-carotene, which your body converts into vitamin A. And vitamin A plays a key role in bone cell turnover. That means it helps clear out old bone and make room for new, healthy growth. But here's something many people don't know: too much vitamin A from supplements can actually weaken bones. That's why it's much better to get it from food sources, where the body takes only what it needs. Sweet potatoes, in particular, are our favorite. They're comforting, easy to prepare, and packed with both beta-carotene and magnesium. Roast them with a bit of olive oil and rosemary for a simple, bone-friendly side dish. And while we're on the topic of colorful foods, let's not skip berries, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries. They're not just a treat for your taste buds. These little fruits are bursting with antioxidants, which help protect your bones from oxidative stress. That's a fancy way of saying they fight off the kind of damage that can speed up bone loss over time. Antioxidants also help reduce inflammation, and chronic inflammation is one of those sneaky things that can slowly wear down bone density if we're not careful. The great thing about berries is that they're so easy to enjoy. You can toss them into your morning cereal, blend them into a smoothie, or just enjoy a small bowl as an afternoon treat. If fresh berries aren't always in season where you live, frozen ones work just as well. They're picked at peak ripeness and still packed with nutrients. By the way, if all of this sounds like a lot to remember, don't worry. Think of it like this: the more colorful your plate, the more nutrients you're feeding your bones. It's really about variety. The body thrives on a wide range of foods, not just one magic ingredient. That's why this next food is such a superstar. It brings variety, flavor, and bone-strengthening power all at once. I'm talking about salmon, especially wild-caught salmon if you can find it. Salmon is one of the best natural sources of vitamin D, which, as we mentioned earlier, is essential for calcium absorption. Without enough vitamin D, even a calcium-rich diet won't do much good. And many people over 60 are running low on it, especially if they spend less time in the sun or live in northern climates. But salmon doesn't stop there. It's also rich in high-quality protein and omega-3 fatty acids, which help maintain muscle mass and reduce inflammation around the joints. When your muscles are stronger and your joints are supported, your bones aren't working as hard just to keep you moving. It all works together, like a team effort in your body. The best part? Salmon is incredibly versatile. Bake it with lemon and herbs, flake it over a salad, or stir it into a rice bowl with some greens and a drizzle of olive oil. It's simple, nourishing, and deeply satisfying. And if salmon isn't your favorite, other fatty fish like mackerel and trout are great alternatives. So by now, we've explored everything from yogurt and leafy greens to salmon and seeds. Each of these foods brings its own unique benefits to the table, but together, they help build a strong, supportive foundation for your body, especially your bones. And the beautiful thing about all of this is that you're not adding pressure or taking away enjoyment from your meals. In fact, you might find yourself looking forward to eating even more. It's not about restriction, it's about empowerment. Choosing foods that make you feel stronger, more energetic, more confident with every step you take. Because that's what it's really about, isn't it? It's not just preventing a fracture or slowing down a diagnosis. It's about living with confidence, walking taller, moving through your day without fear, feeling like your body is still your own, still capable, still vibrant, no matter your age. And with that in mind, let's continue this journey with a few more foods that deserve a spot on your plate. And this next one might already be part of your daily routine without you even realizing how much it's helping your bones. I'm talking about eggs, yes, simple, familiar, everyday eggs. They're more than just a breakfast staple. In fact, the yolk contains small but important amounts of vitamin D. And as we've talked about, that's one of the keys to helping your body absorb calcium and keep your bones strong. Now, the amount of vitamin D in eggs isn't huge, but every bit counts, especially when it's coming from a natural food source. Plus, eggs are rich in high-quality protein, which helps preserve muscle mass. And strong muscles provide better support for your bones, reducing the risk of falls and fractures. It's a full-circle benefit. Whether you like them boiled, scrambled, or poached, eggs are a simple, satisfying way to nourish your body from the inside out. But let's not forget about something that has supported strong bones for generations, even if it's not quite as trendy these days: beans and legumes. Lentils, black beans, chickpeas, and kidney beans are packed with magnesium, calcium, phosphorus, and fiber. Together, these nutrients form a powerful combination that helps maintain bone density. Magnesium and phosphorus are often overlooked when it comes to bone health, but they play crucial roles. Phosphorus works hand in hand with calcium to build strong bones and teeth, while magnesium helps convert vitamin D into its active form. And fiber, well, it keeps everything moving smoothly, which helps your body absorb nutrients more efficiently. Beans are also incredibly budget-friendly and easy to prepare. You can toss them into soups, make hearty stews, or simply mash them up for a flavorful dip. They're comforting, versatile, and quietly doing a lot of good work behind the scenes to support your bone health. Now, here's one that might surprise you: prunes. Yes, prunes, those sweet, chewy dried plums that have long been praised for keeping digestion regular. But there's so much more to them than that. Prunes are rich in vitamin K, boron, and polyphenol, which helps slow down the breakdown of bone tissue. Several studies have shown that eating just a few prunes a day may actually help prevent bone loss, especially in postmenopausal women. And here's something else: prunes are naturally sweet, so they can satisfy that sugar craving in a way that also supports your health. Try adding them to oatmeal, mixing them into trail mix, or even chopping them into a salad for a touch of natural sweetness. It's amazing what a few small, intentional changes can do. Now, after going through all these delicious, practical foods, it's easy to see that eating for stronger bones doesn't have to be complicated or boring. There's no need for rigid diets or drastic changes. It's about adding more of the good stuff, more variety, more nutrients, more enjoyment. You don't have to overhaul your entire pantry overnight. Maybe tomorrow you start by adding a spoonful of chia seeds to your breakfast. Or you roast some sweet potatoes for dinner instead of reaching for bread. Or maybe you try yogurt again, but this time with a sprinkle of berries and a few almonds on top. These are gentle shifts, but they add up. And the impact goes far beyond your bones. Eating this way gives you more energy, better digestion, clearer thinking, and often, a better mood too. It's a ripple effect. When you give your body what it needs, it gives back. Of course, no single food is going to be a miracle cure. But when you make small, consistent choices every day, you build something stronger, just like laying bricks for a sturdy wall. Over time, your bones get the message: I've got what I need to stay strong. And that's what we want for you. not just to avoid falls or fractures, but to live with confidence and ease. To be able to reach, bend, carry, and move through your day without second-guessing every step. To wake up and feel supported by your own body, not limited by it. So as you head into your next meal, take a moment to ask yourself, what can I add that my bones will thank me for? It might be a handful of walnuts, a serving of salmon, or a few prunes after lunch. These aren't sacrifices, they're small gifts to yourself. A little love, a little intention, and a big difference down the road. And if you've made it this far, you're already doing something powerful. You're paying attention to your health. That's the first step. The rest is simply taking what you've learned and putting it into practice, one bite at a time. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Are there any bone-strengthening foods you've already been enjoying? Or maybe one from this list that you're excited to try? Share your thoughts in the comments. I always enjoy reading your stories and learning from your experiences. And if this video was helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more tips just like this. We're all on this journey together, and every small step we take makes a difference. Here's to living with strength, balance, and joy at every age. You've got this.